Welcome to A Fine Human, a podcast by yours truly, Alexandra Fine, the CEO and co-founder of a company called Dame. We sling vibes, and here on this podcast, we're going to be slinging vibes with amazing human beings and talking about everything from courage, curiosity, discomfort, and of course, sex. This is A Fine Human. All right, guys, welcome. Welcome to A Fine Podcast. Today, I have Mal from the Ultimatum, which if you guys don't have a reality TV problem, like I definitely do, then the Ultimatum, the queer Ultimatum, there's a regular Ultimatum?
Yeah.
I think I might have watched it, but I remember the queer Ultimatum. So the Ultimatum premise for either is you and your partner, one person really wants to get married, so they issue an ultimatum. You and a few other couples in a similar, in the same position, come and you essentially switch partners with somebody else for a 90-day live-in with somebody else to see what we learn about ourselves. Then you live with your partner again for 90 days? Is it
No, it's, well, kind of close.
It's okay. I'm like mixing up different reality shows.
No, the total thing is 10 weeks.
It's 10 weeks.
Yeah, so you live with the first partner, like your trial partner that you choose for 3 weeks. And then you go and live back with your original partner for
And then
another
you're
3 weeks.
supposed to either get engaged to your original partner or break it up.
Or the other option, which could be leave with your
new person.
partner. Yeah.
What do they do if you're like, oh, we're just not going to get engaged, but we're going to stay together? Didn't somebody do that? Well, I don't want to.
Did somebody stay
Together and not get engaged?
No, not on my season.
Not on your season.
Yeah.
But I think
Yeah.
I was like, how do they force it? Which you know now a little bit more about the behind the scenes stuff too. Yeah. So that was a crazy thing you decided to do, huh?
Yeah.
Is go on this show.
Yeah, it was the craziest thing.
What made you guys decide to go on the show?
At the time, I mean, the opportunity just came and the show wasn't in existence yet. Not the straight season, not the queer season. It just didn't exist. So there was just a premise that was, pitched to us. And I didn't really want to do it in the beginning.
Okay.
And then, you have a series of meetings with producers. And then I was like, I don't know if we should do this. We've been in a lot of therapy, couples therapy. I'm not sure we're set up to do this. I mean, at the very least, we're set up to talk through problems.
Yeah.
But I don't really know,
Yeah.
But at the time, my partner really thought it would be a good thing to do, or interesting thing to do anyway. And so we did it.
She wasn't wrong. It was definitely interesting. It is intense. It seems so intense watching the show. There's a lot of things that come up on these reality shows. People's traumas get you can see them sometimes.
Yeah.
I've noticed actually a few comments about you. People will be like, you can tell Mal has done therapy. People say that. Because you have.
Because I had at the time, yeah.
Do they have a therapist on the show?
No. Not on the show. Now you can you have like a stipend to be able to seek therapy.
Oh,
so
that's cool.
You can go back to yours if you want, or seek a new therapist if you want throughout the show. So yeah.
I think that there's definitely, it's a tough, there's moments that are really tough to watch. And I always hope that there's therapy for people, but it sounds like there's a stipend.
Yeah. I mean, there is. But it's so interesting watching it, I did it and that was its own type of trauma.
Yeah.
Watching it again, or watching the new season, was like, oh my goodness.
Because?
It's just difficult. It's just hard to watch people be so exposed.
Yes.
It's hard to watch that. You break up in the regular world with someone and everybody, you don't have an audience.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody doesn't watch and assess and dissect your breakup. You just get to break up in private and move on.
Yeah.
But I don't know, grieving publicly and going through a breakup publicly is a whole different, people don't have tools for that.
I also think being held accountable publicly is,
Also.
I don't know what it says about me that I'm always sometimes really feel bad for the person who rightfully is getting held accountable. But it starts, you start to feel like, oh my gosh, like on TV, like really coming to terms with yourself.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine what it's like. I mean, I both would love the mirror, to be able to really watch myself through an editor's eyes.
Yeah.
I guess, I don't know. How much of it do you think is an editor's eye? Or do you feel like you seem like you?
That's the thing, right? Like, I think the editor's eye can catch like hyperbolic, like reaction. And maybe I don't even want to say hyperbolic, because it can seem like hyperbole to the viewer, but you don't know what caused that, because that might not have made the cut.
Yes. I remember somebody saying, I think I was watching like a Lexi do something after the series, and she was saying how like she wishes she'd get Botox because she can realize like every time she had like a little reaction and they'd like cut in on it.
Yeah.
It was like a funny reason to want Botox, but like.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah.
And that production company, it's not like Housewives or anything like that. So it is real. It's unscripted. And there's nobody trying to provoke anything or lying to you about anything. So what you get is people's real reaction. So when you ask if this is like a real person, if they really got the right edit, it's like, well, they got a true edit that is actually you.
Right, that person did that.
Totally.
So, yeah. Yeah, I mean,
they might have misplaced. They might have moved around a reaction.
Yeah.
But like overall, the sentiment is still true. Like that is who you are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean. I mean, I was amazed by, I think, on your season, like you and Lexi as like these two, and you guys ended up being your trial partners together. But both as like people I wanted to learn from, and like of just how they were. I feel like you were so curious. You were so curious. There was like almost everything you're kind of like, yeah, that's what it struck me. Like, I'm excited. Okay, like I feel like when you're doing the speed dating, and I think that there's like, you're more mask. But you would get down with other masked people there, and you were like, I'm not gonna just close this off simply because.
Yeah.
I loved that about you. Do you though find that, do you mostly date femme?
Yeah.
But
I mostly date femme people.
Did you really feel open?
Yeah. I would have done it. I mean, it's such a it's like a, what is it? Not an isolated experience, but it's like a controlled experience. So I'm thinking about it like, okay, if this was the end of the world, these were the last people on the planet.
Right.
Considering this experience, and sure, let me just try whoever.
And it's an experiment.
I match with.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. And it's just close.
Okay.
I'm not like tripping about what's underneath them. It's fine.
Okay.
But I do tend to date femme presenting people who are like, have a pretty good balance in energy.
Energy.
Maybe they're like mask in energy,
Yeah, I do. I mean, I think I do now. It's not the first queer reality show. I mean, there was like it feels like
the real L Word.
The real L Word. It feels like it's the first.
Are You the One on MTV?
Oh, that one I don't remember that.
You gotta spin the block on that one.
Oh
that
yeah,
one
it's good.
Really good.
Okay.
Really gnarly. Because it's men and women and non-binary folks. It's all gender expansive, and everybody is okay to date everybody.
Oh, so like everybody's pan or.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It was pretty cool.
That is, I think one of my favorite things that's ever happened on Love Island was when like two girls just started being like, all right, we're going to couple together. Like, I was like, yes, how come that hasn't happened before? Like that, yeah, that's cool. Do you know, like to me, like the L Word was really big in the queer community, but not really big outside of it.
The real L Word or the L Word?
No, the reality TV show one, not the I don't know. I feel like
I don't know.
I feel like your show is really popular
with the straights.
With the straights,
I know for sure
it is, right?
The straights watch.
Yes, the straights watch. The straights watch
across genders. The straights watch.
Guys,
straight men love me.
That's interesting. And what about the straight women?
I don't know. I think maybe they do too, but I am buddy with the straight men.
Okay.
And they specifically reference the show.
That's really cool. I do think that like what I really love, it does feel like this like guilty pleasure, right? Reality TV show, which I really don't love the concept of guilty pleasure, right? Like pleasure should just be joyful.
Yeah.
And one of the things I really get out of it is watching dynamics and, you know, thinking about how I could have been in that situation or what felt good in the way people behave towards each other and what doesn't. And I think it's a really beautiful thing when like straight men watch it and have those conversations with somebody.
Yeah.
Because there's like no education on what does an apology really, really look like.
Yeah.
And, you know, why was Lexi so right?
Yeah.
Dude, she clocks things.
She does. There's a lot of things that didn't make it. I mean, for the safety of like cast, they don't want anybody getting canceled, you know, because the internet is a rough place. We know that.
Yeah.
So there are things that just didn't make it. So when you see Lexi like really upset and maybe it seems irrational, it's actually very rational, very valid. And the reason it happened couldn't be talked about.
But enough of what was shown made me feel like what she was saying, or specifically when people are picking partners, just felt spot on. You know, and I actually think part of that conversation, which happens a lot in reality TV shows, is the person's intent on being the show. And if they're there for the right reasons, and could they be there possibly because they want attention? Are they going on TV maybe because they might?
Maybe.
You know, like, how do you... In fact, really what's coming up for me right now, I don't know if you watched Love is Blind. There was this
new season?
I wasn't the new season. I think it was like 2 seasons ago. Some guy, they brought him out for the reunion, and he had, I guess, been still texting an ex while he was there. Yeah. And like Nick and Vanessa, I think they think they're doing like God's. I mean, sure, it's great, guys. They were so offended that somebody could possibly care. Like, you can't be going on that show and not. You're going to be seen by a lot of people, so you need to be at least comfortable with some level of fame. Like, now that you're on casting, which by the way, Mal does casting now, which is pretty fucking cool. Cool. How do you? I want to slide through. I want to get on there. I don't want them to know I'm married. I don't want them to know how badly I want to be famous. So like, what are you guys looking for? And also kind of like, what's so problematic? Like, what is so, they're going on the show. I'm always like, you want to be famous a little bit.
Yeah.
And I get it. Like, I know so many people who have launched a career kind of from doing a small reality TV show, and it gave them a platform, and now they can.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you just want people to be honest. The thing is, like, nobody's running CIA grade lie detector tests, right?
Okay.
So like, people can say anything.
Do people ever come on and just say like?
I've had people in interviews just be like, I just want to like push my business forward.
That's what I'm trying to
do this or that, right? And we're like, okay, well, you can't do that.
Can't,
in this round of casting, we were looking for people that didn't already have existing platforms.
Okay.
It's okay if you've seen shows.
That makes a lot of sense. That's a really, like, if they're not already trying to be on social media.
Not chronically online. You know, like, those are the things we're looking for. If you're in a real relationship, because for Ultimatum, you'll have people that audition, or not audition, but like, you know, try to apply to be on the show. And they're like, I'm not really with this person, but like, we just want to do it together. And it's like, what?
No, I don't like that. To me is more problematic for some reason than like them being whether or not, like, in Love is Blind, like, I totally felt for this guy. He's like, yeah, I still had this connection with my ex, and like, I'm going on the show because I'm excited, and like, we're not really, like, that was not a great relationship. I was like, okay, yeah, that checks out. Like, yeah, and the show seems like a fun, that one in particular, it's like really different than, just want people to really be there for the right reasons. And I guess wanting to, like, you know, being aware of the fame isn't inherently not the right reason, but I feel like that makes a lot of sense.
And you want people who like naturally have a personality, you know?
But you know,
I know for sure, no shade to me, I love who I am, but I do recognize I don't think that I made it on the show by myself. And that's not, I don't think that's a jab to me. I think the person I was with at the time just has such big energy and such decisive, like strong opinions. And she's absolutely the reason why we got on the show. A cast full of mouths would be a snooze fest.
Yeah, you're very good at just keeping your mouth shut sometimes.
Yes.
And that was one thing too that I was like, I thought you and Lexi were such a funny, both really great way of like being that were both valid. Like, cause Lexi's like, I'm going to say what I'm thinking and what I'm seeing and my reality. I'm going to say it out loud. I feel like you would definitely just be like, I don't need my voice to be heard right now.
Yeah.
Which is so powerful. And like, I think a really important skill set that I would like to develop for myself. But I can see how that could be boring, but boring. It wasn't. It kind of crushed.
I mean, against what we were watching, I'm sure.
Well, Xander probably wasn't the reason they got on the show either. But Xander, I also really thought Xander's a
sweetie.
Ah, man, it's funny because I was like, oh, Al, don't sit there and talk about the actual show because a lot of people. Yeah, but I'm like, I don't know if everybody watched all of the show. The show is so good, guys. You need to watch that. I mean, honestly, second season is also a lot. It's a lot. I felt like, it was really heartbreaking.
It's hard for me to watch.
It's fun. And then there's also moments where you're like, wow, this is people's real lives. And like, I love it for my entertainment. Are you happy you went on the show?
Happy. I don't know if that's the language I want. Oh. I need like a language wheel,
Like one of those emotion wheels?
Yeah. I don't know that I'm happy about it. It was really hard, really traumatic in some ways. Mm-hmm. And some things I'm still working through. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if I'm happy about it, but I am grateful for what has come from it.
I'm happy you went on it. And not just for my I like really felt like you were such a good presence on it, and it was, I don't know why I'm happy for you that you went on it. Maybe it's because I get to know you now, and I get to know these characters, and some of these characters who are real people and not a phone character. Like, it's nice to see them and to see your representation and some of the things too that you've talked to about. Like, I guess that's why in particular Queer Ultimatum is so great to have, is to have just people that are not in our heteronormative box and like get to see more of that and different ways of people.
I think it appealed to hetero folks because it functioned within the box of heteronormativity.
Yes, it's very monogamous.
Yeah.
Which is not very queer. It's very, in some ways, you're right. It's very still like, we're going to be queer in a one specific way.
Yeah. It was very like boy, girl, like very man, woman, even in like representation, right? Like we didn't see a mask for mask couple.
No.
Me and Xander went on dates, but we didn't even see that,
Yeah, that's interesting. Though I did feel like Lexi and Ray had like similar energy levels where they both had a really strong masc and femme side to them and they're both
femme presenting.
They were both femme presenting, but also had like kind of more masc energy too. Yeah. It's so.
But that kind of exists in straight world. I don't know, right?
It does. I mean, I definitely feel, I think the most successful couples often are people who have some type of like balance between each other, and very few people I think are like pure femme or pure masc. And what does that even mean? Like, that doesn't mean anything really. Yeah. But it does mean something that is helpful, but it's also made up.
I feel like I'm that meme with that lady with all the question marks.
Yes, like the numbers and stuff.
Or like femme on femme presenting like dynamic publicly is way more accepted, I think.
Yes. Oh, then that's true. I think I was really,
oh my God, I can't remember their names, but it's also interesting watching masc women take on the shitty qualities
of masculinity.
Yeah.
And like not wanting to cry.
Yeah.
Not wanting, like it, you see that on the show, and it's just like, I want to be like, you must be so aware too, as somebody that was taught to be a woman at first in some way, that behavior can be really problematic, yet you're still like taking it on.
Yeah.
But I don't know, maybe that's not what it feels like to them. So
I don't know. I think that's such a like broad thing to talk about. You're taught, I can speak for myself.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious.
Me as a mask presenting person in the world, I was taught, what I thought masculinity was through observing guys around me who didn't cry, who didn't show emotion, who sometimes were assholes. Sorry, guys, love you guys. But, and that's what you're kind of taught. So you try to model that, I think, in your earlier walk. Now I'm older and I don't care. And I'm like, deconstruct all this shit.
You?
Do you really want to know?
Who do you think's older?
I don't know. I just turned 40.
You just turned 40? I thought I was older. Damn it, whiteness. It's really fucking me.
Shit. You did?
I did.
Yes. Okay. Talking about shutting the fuck up or being able to kind of like, you just came back from a spiritual retreat?
I did.
Silent retreat?
Yes.
What are they called? Something with a V?
This one is called a Vipassana.
It's a Vipassana.
Yeah.
And what was that experience like? Brutal.
Awful. Terrible.
We're not doing it again? Or
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
0 Yelp reviews. Okay? 1 star. Emotionally. Would I do it again? 100%. I think it was the most beneficial thing I've ever done in my life. I think it's life-changing for sure. Arguably the hardest thing I've ever done. I've been through, my dad just passed last year, 10 times harder than that. And this was my like best friend, my dad. I've been through domestic abuse, relationship. It was harder than that. Like just a lot of shit I've been through. I'm like, this was the hardest, the most challenging thing I've ever been through.
Was it challenging because you have to think about those
100%.
things more? So
you have nothing else. So you
some
go
ways,
in.
wasn't it just as challenging as those experiences? Were you thinking about those experiences?
1,000%.
So
all day.
Yeah.
No journal, no phone.
That's the thing that to me is why, like, there's just no expression.
No, you have to sit with your shit for real in a very real way. Not saying that however people sit with their things isn't real, but like,
no, yeah.
Sitting with it is crazy.
I do something I like to do in my meditation practice is if I'm having one of those days where I really can't meditate, I journal. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I go to journal and I'm just like, hey, I'm writing in my journal. If I write that, I'm like, all right, we got nothing in there. And then I meditate, like it depends. And to like not even really be able to write, like it's truly silent. So
no eye contact either. Oh. So any piece of like reprieve you want to like cling for because you have no journal, you have no phone, you have no nothing. You're with a bunch of strangers. You also can't connect with anybody.
Right.
So it's like you make eye contact and you just look down. That's what it is. There is no like.
Because you seem like you can hold it in and be quiet, but you're very connected. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I am like a recovering people pleaser.
Oh.
I'm like, I want to help.
Yeah.
And you can't do that shit either.
No, you have to let people do their own thing.
Yeah.
What, if you wouldn't mind sharing, like, do you meditate? Are you into Buddhism?
Yeah, I find myself, I feel like I'm pretty spiritually aligned, Yeah. I think the practice of Buddhism is really cool. I really like it. It feels most tangible and like, I don't know if realistic's the word, but it just feels like something that I get reward from immediately.
Okay. I think it also sometimes feels like, yes, it's a religion, but it has these like daily practices. So it feels way more to me like when you were saying tangible, that's like what was coming to mind for me. Like it's like feels grounded in practices that seem to really help.
Yeah.
What were like your biggest, what are you trying to integrate? Like what are we bringing home with us from it?
Well, I definitely meditate now an hour a day in the morning.
Okay.
The practice should really be like twice a day at night, in the morning too.
Yeah.
But I'm I'm a 1 a day girl.
That's fine.
Yeah. And it's silent, so it's not guided either, which I think a lot of people like. I used to like guided meditation. And so it's not that. Silent, you and your thoughts.
I like a bell every now and then,
Yeah.
you know, something.
Little
gong.
Yeah.
That's nice. I really gotten into breath work recently.
There's that aspect of it too.
Yeah.
Like monitoring your breath. Yeah.
Yeah. I like to do like holotropic breath work.
What's that?
It's like this deep breathing that you do, like rhythmic breathing. And I think you're like over oxidizing. Guys, whoever's listening to this, I have no idea what I'm talking about as far as how it actually works. But I know that you're getting like additional oxygen into your system, and it changes your
brain stuff,
your state of being totally. And like, you know, people cry, people have a release. You just like feel energy, and it resets your central nervous system. And I freaking love it. I just have found that really powerful. But it feels so different. It definitely feels meditative, but it's so different than really that just sitting with yourself and focusing on your breath. And like, because this is like such an intense focus on your breath. And some people do it too with guided meditation at the end or throughout.
I cried every day. The first 3 days were horrendous. Like, I've never been angrier and hornier at the same time.
You were horny?
Yeah, really bad.
Yeah.
Like,
are you not supposed to masturbate?
you can't do that either.
You're not allowed to do that.
No.
That's
For 10 days.
That's a lot of days.
For 10 days.
That's
Yeah.
Oof. What did you do with all that energy?
Cry.
Okay.
Walk around outside. You can walk outside. You're in like the woods. But it's 10 hours of meditation every single day. You wake up at 4:30 in the morning. Between 4:30 and 6, you eat breakfast. Your last meal of the day is done by 12. So you're also fasting. You're eating like vegetarian, vegan food. Teas and coffees only, you know, and that's it. Water.
How often do you like to masturbate? Nobody's gone from Buddhism to sex so quickly.
I don't know how often, really.
Do you like a daily or not daily?
I'm not a daily girl.
Okay.
I did have the best, my girlfriend's gonna kill me. I did have the best sex of my life right after.
Why do you think that is?
I think for me, I was like way more in touch with myself.
Okay.
Like with my feelings, with my real state, and not all this masking, and aware of how much masking we do. And it was completely different. And like,
mean
there was
masking
no
with a K, not with
masking.
a king. Yeah.
With a K. And there was no, we were both really like just exposed and like really raw and out of our heads. There was no performance either.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize how performative I've been.
Did she do the meditation, the retreat with you?
No. I do think the
Interesting.
partners though, or anybody involved close to you, family, they go through their own
Totally.
type of removal. Not speaking to you every day.
That's definitely a experiment in and of itself to remind you what it might be like without that person.
Yeah.
So in some ways you did the ultimatum again, but
Again.
not really.
I felt like that.
Did you in some way?
A little bit.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have some fun sex this or that questions.
Shoot it.
Right? Because it's a podcast and that's what we do. Objectified or voyeur?
Ooh. Maybe voyeur.
Okay. Lights on or off?
On. Lights?
Lights.
Not like LEDs.
Not LEDs. I guess you know
Like
what?
daytime?
Just like, yeah, like are you going to turn the lights on? You keep the lights on or do you turn the lights off when you go for playtime?
Lights on.
Lights on. I'm pro dimmer. I'm pro throw a shirt on the lamp.
Lights on by myself or with my partner?
Oh, with partner?
Lights on.
By yourself?
Lights dim.
Oh.
I think right now. In this
Okay.
moment, that's what I'm going to say.
That's what you're going to say.
That's
we'll
where
go
I'm
with
at.
it. We'll go with it. Okay. Monogamy or something else?
Can we expand on it?
So yeah, because I think that like people think they know what monogamy means, but to so many people like that line is different.
Yeah. Monogamish.
Monogamish.
Yeah.
So like dance floor makeouts?
Probably not.
Probably not.
But if it were for who, me or my partner?
Ooh, your partner.
Sure.
Okay, but
'Cause
for
voyeurism.
for you would be into like watching, and like that would be
Pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Because it's nice to remember how hot your partner is, that other
100%.
people want your partner too.
100%.
It's so, I love jealousy. For me,
Love it.
I love it. I do. It makes me really connected to what I want.
Oh, I don't know. I just got jealous right now in my body.
Oh,
I
and
don't
it didn't feel
know.
good?
I don't know. My partner's really sensual. So if I saw her really making out the way she makes out with me, I might not be okay.
She might just have to look at you and be like, just remember, I really, really love you.
Yes. Break it up.
Break it
and
up for a
say
second.
that, and then go back.
You just need to refill up the love for Mal cup.
Yeah.
And then you feel secure again.
Yeah.
And we can go back to watching.
Yeah.
And then you ring a bell.
Okay.
Okay.
Enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That sounds great.
Yeah.
It sounds like you're in a great relationship.
Yeah, I am.
That's so nice. Do you feel like the ultimatum helped you be in a better relationship?
Maybe it helped me recognize a couple of things. Sure. Yeah.
All right. Post-workout sex or post-shower?
Post-workout.
Yes.
Little stinky,
I wrote this
salty.
one and I was like, is this gross? Like, are people going to think I'm gross? But
No.
like, I think like that's when people smell like,
Pheromones. Gross is great.
Gross is great.
What?
I just feel like, to me, that's one of the saddest things about like, I guess like Western society is like this desire to make things clean. Like in order for something to be valid, it has to be like cleanly and clean. But so much of the human experience is like gross and raw.
Yeah.
And like sex is like wet and juicy and
Yeah.
kind of messy, and that's fun.
Yeah. Post-workout all day.
Post-workout sex.
What are you, a stranger post-shower? What is that post-shower?
Post-shower. Some people, I get it. Like
Okay,
you're
I'm
fresh,
being
you're
judgy.
clean. You feel, I don't know. I can see also how some, feeling, if you're insecure about certain things, then
That's
you
true.
can feel a little bit, if you're worried about how you smell, or if you're worried that you just peed your pants because you have had 2 children and now you pee your pants all the time.
I get that.
Yeah. I
get that.
But
who
mostly,
put that on us? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We need to deconstruct that. Because who told us that's like not clean or gross or not normal, or our bodies are crazy. They do a lot of things.
Do you shave your legs? Do you like it when your
don't.
partner shaves your legs?
I don't care if she does or doesn't.
Okay.
Whatever makes her feel good, I'm fine with. But I don't shave my legs.
Because I do feel like that's like another thing where I'm like, why did we start doing that? That's like not necessarily, but like, I also know sometimes I don't shave my legs, but sometimes I feel a smooth leg and I'm like, ooh, that is nice. That's nice. But I'm not going to do it because I'm lazy.
I used to wax. I'm giving you so much information now. I used to wax.
When did you start dressing more mask? Were you always
In high school.
in high school?
Yeah.
Did you have long hair ever?
Yeah,
Was
I
there
did.
like a...
I was pretty femme looking. Looked like a tomboy. Mm-hmm. You know?
I think that's kind of what I'm doing. I
consensus,
don't
yeah.
know the truth.
Yeah.
Okay. Was that like do you have like a distinctive day? Do you remember being like, oh no, that identity speaks to me and that feels more aligned, like that fashion, that way of looking? Do you feel like...
No. I literally grew up in the era of watching Aaliyah wear baggy shit and her boxers hanging out the top. I was like, she's so cool.
I'm 37, so I'm like...
You remember? Okay.
I remember.
Yeah. And I wanted to be like her.
Yeah, because she was hot.
Hot, cool.
She seemed so confident.
Yeah.
But now I know other things that make me feel very sad.
Yeah.
Okay. Giver versus receiver.
That's a tie for me. I think both.
Yeah. That's really nice.
Why am I whispering?
I don't know, because it's fun to whisper sometimes. I really like it. I think that's really cool. I do think that makes sense from what I've seen about you too, which is like, I do feel like you were saying earlier, like you're masked, but like you're looking for a partner that has some balance, and because I do think we tend to think mask is giver and femme is receiver.
Right. There's
so many ways to
receiving
receive.
With giver energy.
You can do that.
Yeah.
Like, what is worshiping? If you're being worshipped, are you being objectified, or are you in the position of power? You're both. That's a pretty cool thing, Like, I think I've really enjoyed learning more about, like, in the kink community, all the different ways to be a dom or a sub, because you're just like, oh, it's not mask or femme.
Yeah.
It's not these 2 points.
Yeah.
But like do you like receiving?
Yeah. Wait.
Do you like being penetrated?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that common?
For masked people? Mm-hmm. I'm actually unsure. I think it might be more common than it's talked about.
I think it might be more common than it's talked about.
Yeah. And socially, I've definitely always been the person to like press social buttons and like challenge things and be like, why? Outside of it being like an unpleasurable experience, I get that. But if it is a pleasurable experience, so why not just tell people? Like, just own it. It's fine.
I kind of like, for me, like I want to, I'm, does it feel pleasurable and still mask in some ways? Like, does it, I think that there's so many men who would find so much pleasure from penetration in some ways, but
like from being pegged?
From being pegged.
100%.
Right? Like so many. And I'm curious, I bet you there's learnings that you have as somebody that is more mask in like presentation and energy, but still really enjoys penetration. I feel like there's something you can say that could help more men get pegged. Can you say that now?
Just get pegged. Just say yes.
Just say yes.
Okay. Just be curious. Just say, let me try it.
Because it feels good.
Yeah. And if you don't like it, then don't do it again.
Yeah.
Also, you don't have to tell anybody. Why am I talking to the camera?
You can't, because we're talking to the straight men.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, straight guys.
Hey,
bring
straight
it
guys.
in. Come here. Listen to me. You don't have to tell anybody. You can try shit and it's all your business. I think that's the biggest thing. You literally owe nobody explanation of what you're doing, why you're trying it, how you're trying it. Nobody needs to know that.
Nobody needs to know it, but I also think if you are willing to share, you can teach others. Because sometimes too, I'm all like, there are so many ways to be penetrated. There's probably so many energies you can bring to it. Just like you can top from the bottom, and like there's a lot there. And sometimes, like in my role as CEO of Dame, sometimes people say the most. There's always this one in particular where somebody's like, oh, you know what I really like? I really like when we do foreplay in the middle of sex. Like, they're like, oh, I like it when, my partner takes their penis out of me and we go back to doing foreplay. And I don't know why. I had like never
in the
middle. They were like, oh, we just stop and boom. So simple. I don't know. I'm sure I had done it before, but hearing somebody else just kind of casually say it, I was like, oh, what? I want that more. I want to do that more. Yeah. I need to ask for it. And I'm confident in all these things. It was just somebody else sharing it. And I feel like that's why
it just blew my mind.
Yes. But also I very much agree with your first point, which is you don't need to tell anybody nothing. In fact, maybe oversharing is also a problem.
Well, I think you can, it's really safe. Once you feel safe, then like share, and feel confident in this thing that you like. Then sure, if you feel like sharing, share.
And you don't have to share on a podcast. You could just share with, a few friends too. Sometimes that's powerful.
Yeah.
Do you feel like your sexuality, what I want you to say right now, there's something about your sexuality that has made you like so amazing. Like you're just such a grounded energy. Like you're just both so curious. You feel so compassionate. You feel so giving and calm. I don't know. I was so excited to have you here. Do you feel like exploring sexuality in any way has like been a part of that? Like that's like such a shitty question.
No, but it's a good question. I think exploring queerness is probably part of that. Because I think queerness it's not just reserved for hetero people. Like queerness deconstructs these binaries and these ways that we think. And if you can try to queer your life, not just sexually, but just like queer everything.
Yeah.
Break the mold, question things, go outside the box, try things, be flexible with yourself, be curious. I think that aided in my sexuality because I had boyfriends.
So aided in
your things.
I think it probably, and also aided just your general authenticity, which I think allows you then to be a more grounded, less harmful person.
Yeah. And an honest person.
You're very, yeah. That's not like, do you have a really good therapist that you could recommend for other people? You must have like the best therapist.
I don't think that I do. I'm not actually seeing a therapist right now. I started somatic therapy, which was really fucking interesting. But it didn't all make sense to me until I did this 10-day silent retreat.
Dude, somatic therapy. I mean, I do really believe that, like, I think some of the original somatic therapy that we did in the US is sex therapy. It was like sensate focus, which was like in the 60s and 70s.
The best therapy that I've ever had, which sounds really, I don't know if it sounds sad to say, but I was in a domestically violent relationship and I sought domestic violence advocacy. And my DV advocate was my like introduction to therapy for myself, because I had been in couples therapy, but I didn't do self-therapy first. That was probably the best. I know they don't call themselves therapists, but that was the best therapy I ever had. That's what really like
Was
kicked
it
open the door for
somatic
me.
in some way, or no? It's just like the
Some
first.
of it. I mean, somatic in the sense of like the constructs that we live in. Like, I'm a Black mask person that lived in a very white city and experiencing, you know, domestic violence and all of those. Like, that therapist was, or that advocate was really good at helping me identify and be okay with like, you feel unsafe because of these reasons. And when you feel this in your body, in your chest, this is why. It's like the system and you didn't do anything. And I needed to hear a lot of those things at the time. So,
That's really powerful.
yeah.
I think, you know, as I have 2 little kids, so I'm parenting a lot. And I feel like oftentimes in parenting, you're trying to teach people or your kids to have separation from their feelings. I'm always like, it's so important to remember, like, oh yeah, my heart's racing for this reason, and be able to also identify your feelings too, because you can get disconnected to it. And you're just like, oh my God, something's happening to my body. It's like, yes, you're stressed.
Yeah.
Something is happening to your body because you're experiencing something. And like, that's kind of where I think you should check out breath work, because it's like all the tools of different types of breathing techniques that can also then like help you deal with it.
I'm down.
I feel like, I bet you've like you said earlier, you probably know a lot of it already, or some of it.
I'm into it. Anything wellness while we're dealing on this planet, on this timeline, I'm like, let's do all the healing things.
Okay. I'm pro all the healing things.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I got a list for you.
Shoot it. Oh.
Have you tried, it's a drug list.
Tell me.
Have you tried ayahuasca?
No, because I'm afraid to throw up.
I'm so good at throwing up.
You are?
I'm so good at throwing up.
I've thrown up 5 times in my life.
I think that is something you should work on.
Throwing up?
I do.
How do I
really,
start?
I mean, I think I don't know if I really believe this, but I think that there's like this sense of with ayahuasca, and people are so afraid to throw up. And I wonder sometimes if that's something else too, about the fear of throwing up, because it's not
that bad.
It's not so bad. And you can make it so much worse or so much easier for yourself when you become like more aware of how you're throwing up.
I need to throw up more.
You might need to throw up more, but you also probably don't become bulimic. Don't throw up more.
Got it.
And I don't know. And also some people are really great at breathing through it and never throw up. And that's,
really?
Yes, you don't necessarily throw up. See, isn't it interesting though how like now you're more interested, like you're that afraid of throwing up?
Yeah.
I'm telling
if you could tell me I
is
could breathe through
easier.
not throwing up, then I'd do it.
That's so funny. Throwing up is not that bad.
It's fucking terrible.
All right.
If I had to pick going to a Vipassana tomorrow and throwing up, I'd probably want to throw up.
You would throw up from...
Instead of going.
Okay. Oh.
Tomorrow.
Oh, okay, tomorrow.
Next year, sign me up. I'm doing it again.
Okay, I got you.
But tomorrow?
Tomorrow you throw up.
Maybe.
All right, well, I know people that can help you throw up. So, I mean, we were talking about this earlier, and you were saying that like all these, that you feel like you're buddy-buddy with the straight men that watch it.
Yeah.
Do you find that straight women are attracted to you?
Yes, I think so.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. I think so too. I feel like when I've watched this show with friends or something, they'll be like, people, like straight women.
The
what?
people's crush.
The people's crush? Do people call you the people's crush?
I think people say that.
So what do people say? People say you're the people's crush. You're the people's crush. That's so interesting. But like,
that is interesting.
What I always want to tell my friends when they say that, I'm like, you're queer. Do you agree or disagree?
I think I disagree.
Okay, because it's their own decision.
That's really progressive. That's really far thinking, I think. I think everybody
I want people
could be just queer.
I want that. I
too.
think because then I think it would allow people to do all the other things you were suggesting, which was like, what are the other things in my life that I'm like, oh, it doesn't line up with how it's supposed to be or the scripts that have been written.
Right.
And maybe that would allow for more accepting of other people and more acceptance of themselves for whoever they really are. I just always think it's so interesting when people I know men who'll be like, yeah, I'm straight. I'm like, I literally watched you make out with some dude the other weekend.
Really?
Yes, but they're straight because they're also not in day to day. Like, I guess
But
they're
they're
queer.
But
I think they're queer.
That's
And
a
then
queer
it's
thing to
interesting
do.
because it's a pretty queer thing to do. And then some of our gay gays in the community call us the straights because even though I would argue we're pretty freaking queer relative to their Fire Island going friends, we're the straights. But then we were at the wedding and one of our friends said, you guys are the breeder queers because we have a lot of kids. And I really liked that.
I like the
was
breeding
like, I'm
queers.
like, we're the breeding queers.
Yeah.
I was really pro that. I'll take it.
I like it.
I like it.
Welcome.
Thanks. You're doing a full hour of meditation every morning?
Every fucking morning.
That's really impressive.
Thanks.
Do you want to have kids one day?
I don't know if I can.
Oh.
Can I? I don't know if I can. Because
I mean-
the egg count. Is that not real?
There's also just so many other ways of having kids than biologically. There's like a lot of,
Yeah.
You can, if you wanted to.
You can.
We're not too old. You can.
Okay, period. So, yes, I would like to carry
You would like to carry?
100%. I want to see what that's like. The throwing up part.
See, this is a
freaking me
curious thing
out.
about you that I'm just like, so
Tell me.
the throwing up part? Don't worry about it. You're going to be fine. Maybe you won't throw up at all.
I would love to carry for sure.
I feel like that there's like, I do feel like you meet a lot of mask. More and more, I think we see mask people carrying.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
It's cool.
It's
so sweet.
It is so sweet. It's like, it's beautiful. And it really allows for just like a different dynamic too. I don't know. I think that's really fucking cool.
If I'm honest, I don't actually identify. Like, I don't really identify as mask.
You're
like,
also she, they.
don't. Yeah. But they is for people to practice. You know, like I'm like, just fucking use the language. Let's get with it. It's not that hard.
I had put my ballot in for Z.
Did you?
There was no ballot, but like I remember I was like the ZHE, or then there was like XE too.
Yeah.
There was some other options earlier in the day for us back in the day.
Yeah.
And then they won out, which I'm fine with.
Yeah.
But I was definitely, I would still I would still prefer if we could go to Z. I thought that was Z and Zay.
I'm with
Is
it.
it-
Whatever you feel like you are, tell me how you'd like me to refer to you. Tell me the rules. I got you.
Well, then but you like being referred to as she?
Yeah.
Because
Because I feel she.
you feel she, but you like also being mask presenting in your clothing?
I think I'm best received mask presenting.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So I say it and I like embody whatever I've done for so long and I'm good at it and it's easy to me. But I really admire like femininity, whatever we've been taught femininity looks like. I really like it. Like if I could lean into that more, I would. If I felt comfortable.
So I think it's about your comfort too.
Yeah.
I mean, you're saying you feel received, but I think you feel received better because you just are more comfortable in it.
Yeah.
And that is identity.
I think so.
And then I do think it's interesting as, what are we like, millennials? Are we like earlier millennial? I don't know. But like, I always wonder, like I wasn't until like I was 28 when somebody asked me what my pronouns were or something. Like I was a lot older. Like nobody had ever asked me the question before. Growing up, I was definitely just like a tomboy and kind of like a little bit of a weirdo and a slut. Honestly, if there was any one
cool.
word I could identify with, I was definitely a slut.
Me too.
Yeah, good for us.
Good to meet you.
Nice to meet you. That was a fun identity. I really enjoyed it. But do you think you would be she if you were born Gen Z?
I'd probably
like
be
a-
super they. I would
be
be
so-
so they, them.
Yeah.
If I were born Gen Z,
Yeah, it's just like, I think the same thing. And I just think that's so interesting because like, I'm super happy. I do like they. I
Yeah.
think that's fun. My name is Alex Andra, but I've always gone by Al or Alex. I've always loved playing in that space. I do not feel comfortable in a like really frills. Like there's like some level of femme that makes me feel uncomfortable.
Wait, what are your pronouns?
She, they.
Okay.
But I like all of them.
Can I
like,
ask you a question?
Yes.
And you can tell me if I'm in your business too much.
Get in my business.
Does your husband refer to you as they?
My husband refers to me as she. My husband refers to me as she. Very few people call me they. I think it's something that like and maybe this is how you feel, like, because I think if I was born then, I probably would have been they. And I see that in myself. And it's also given me, in some ways, like identifying on some level as non-binary, even though I don't think I would use that language for myself, has just made me, honestly, it's made me like makeup more. It's made me, I don't know, it's just allowed me to kind of re-relate to everything from a position of like, oh, I don't have to do that. Like, what do I want to do or not want to do? And in some ways, maybe it's also made me realize that there are some femme things I do really like and some femme things I don't like or mask things I like. But I've never asked my friends to like really switch or my partner. I did. He calls me Al and Alex.
I think it's probably the more femme. I mean, I don't know. I've seen some of my buddies that are femme presenting that are they, them pronouns and how much harder it is for that. They have to constantly reinforce.
I think it's, which to me might be interesting to you in the future, where now since you are more mask presenting, to be, I wonder in 20 years if people will just assume you're they, them.
People do now.
They do.
People just assume it. Even without knowing pronouns, they'll just be like they.
I was really pro this argument that some people hated, and I understand the dislike for it too, which is we should all just start with they.
I think
like,
so,
I don't
too.
know. So starting with they is like super neutral, right? And then you get to say she, he, whatever it is that you prefer. There are a lot of trans people who've been working real hard to pass. It's hard to make everybody happy.
I think we just do away with the whole thing.
Do away with the whole thing? You know what I think we just need to do is like do away with being like precious. I don't know. But I just want everybody to be more compassionate towards everybody's experience, the experience of what it must feel like to always have to correct somebody, and also the experience of like trying to use they when that feels like a totally new language to you. Like we just all need to just sit with, as long as everybody's just, I just want to see people be making the effort to just try and make other people comfortable.
That's it.
That's it. And I don't like it when people make other people uncomfortable, whether it's for you're completely like using the wrong pronouns over and over again, you're not even trying. Or I've also seen people get really
That's
really
why
quickly offended.
The they, them pronouns. Well, because not only did I want people to practice more, but I was sick of being misgendered. Which when I think about it, I'm like, I didn't really actually, now that I think
being
about
misgendered
it. As a guy.
Oh.
So we get sir a lot, I'm a 5'10", I don't know. I'm trying to make sense of it. 5'10", I always wear a hat, I got short hair. From the back, you might think like, bro,
yes,
maybe.
I think so from the back. I can see that. I agree though.
Beautiful face. Like,
Thanks.
I don't think that, no.
Thanks.
I think you're you got a lot of it happening.
Thanks.
I think you're genderful. That's my
Genderful.
genderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, versus genderless. Or one of my other friends says
Genderful, that's good.
it's really good. I don't know if I'm sure you do remember because you're of the same age range, but it was like at first it was like everything's just going to be gray. Non-binary is gray.
Yeah.
Like neutrals. It's like that's boring.
It's neither.
It's not. Yeah.
Where I feel very much so all of it.
All of it. That's
Yeah.
so much more fun. To me, it's great if you like none of it too. That's great if for you,
Also.
not you, if you're not us. Okay. Do we need a handshake again? I feel like we handshaked
We did it.
We did it. This was
Thank you
this
for
was such a
having me.
pleasure. Yeah.
Whoa, you're just looking right in my eyes.
I know you make a lot of eye contact too. It's okay.